What up, people? Hey, yo, you know what time it is right now? It is time for another Cigars and Conversation presented by apuffaminute with your boy, Cigar Mick.
The Cigar Banker, what's good, people?
That's what's up. That's what's up, family. Man, crazy week this week, huh?
It's been hectic, bro.
Yeah, man.
We gonna talk about it, but have you been to the grocery store?
Bruh, it's crazy, man. I just want to let everybody on camera know right now, man, if your boy cough, yo, it's the cigars, y'all. Relax. All right, relax, man. Ain't no rollers happening up in this piece, all right? Yo, it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into it, family, yo, let's talk about what we talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? I see what you got there, man. Tell the folk what's going on.
It's an old classic. This that nice Liga Privada. This is actually the T52 edition, which refers more to the size than actually the makeup of the cigar, but it has the Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan fillers, Nicaraguan through and through on the fillers and the binder, but the wrapper is Habano. This from one of our boys, man. His claim to fame, Mr. Nick Melillo.
Yes, sir.
You know, this was his claim to fame before he ventured off and started Foundation Cigars, man. But like I said, it's an old classic, man. You can't never go wrong with this.
You can never go wrong with that provider, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening, y'all. Hey, man, I'm doing something a little different today, man. And again, this is a company that's been around forever. You know what I'm saying? For sometimes they get a bad rap, and I really don't know why. I mean, they got a variety. They got cigars like everywhere you look. They have like so many different, you know, releases, so to speak. And I feel like there's some people out there, man. So I'm gonna leave them unnamed or whatever. That have a personal vendetta against the company. And man, maybe the brother been fired for them or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But the truth of the matter is, it's one of the oldest companies that's out there, right? And I'm talking about Gurkha, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And what I have here is a very, very, very limited edition. You know what I'm saying? So if you can find it, you know what I'm saying, I recommend you go out and get this one. I've been holding this, man, for about 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And now I finally got a chance to, you know, to light this one up, man, and get into it. It's seasoned, it's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. But this is a Nicaraguan series, okay? The Nicaragua series, Gurkha, you know what I'm saying? From the line, from Kaizad, Hansocia, you know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, this one right here is, it's got that, you know, Corojo, that Corojo binder on it. The fillers, man, are made up of the Corojo and Criolla, you know, leaves and whatnot. It's just like a nice little blend, but it's a full body stick. It's very, very, it's full body, but it's mild in the same, you know, at the same time, man. So again, just lit this one up, man. Just getting into it, but I recommend it if you can find this one. I mean, Gurkha been doing it since 1887, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they've been in this thing for 100+ years, so they kind of know what they're doing.
I think so.
They kind of been around for a minute. You feel me? So so that's what's up, y'all. Mick is on a Gurkha today.
You actually introduced me to Gurkha. I had a Gurkha Black with you one time.
Exactly.
But I don't know why they get a bad rap, but anyway, we're gonna enjoy it with our conversation today.
Absolutely. And we doing a you know, the Emerald Isle thing today, bro. So talk about, man, what we mixing up here, bro.
We got a nice little single malt. What is this one here?
Man, I saw the bottle and I saw the name. It looked sexy, and the name of it was called Sexton.
But here's the funny part. You pick up this, I didn't even know what you was getting, right? But great minds think alike. Got that nice kilt lifter beer going with it. This is a chaser for the liquor. Got the nice kilt lifter, but this is actually a Nevada brewery, man.
Is that right?
But you see here, it say the Scottish style amber. Man, it goes right with the single malt. I don't know what we was doing. We was synced up to
the Irish single malt in the Scottish style. You know, and we got one bottle that says Sexton and the other one that says kilt lifter. So maybe if y'all, I hope you're on your way home right now, because I don't know where this shit gonna lead. You know? But yeah, that's what's up, man. It's all good, fam. Listen, we got to talk about what's going on in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, I know there's a lot of folk out there that's nervous, man, that's shook, that's, you know, the fear is coming because you can't get away from it. You turn on the news. You try to watch sports, and you know, you turn on ESPN, and it's now just another form of CNN because all they're doing is talking about, you know, the coronavirus and how sports are being impacted, so to speak, man. So let's get into it a little bit, man. Let's talk about how your week has gone and how this has maybe impacted, your business, man, or your lifestyle, or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, man. And we'll just do that for the first segment.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I'll go ahead and start it off, man, real quick. Like I said, just from the week, you've seen it escalate, right? From Wednesday, in my household, we have Spaghetti Wednesday.
Right.
So I go to the store to get spaghetti.
I ain't get invited, but go ahead.
I go to the store to get spaghetti. There's no pasta. So I'm like, okay. So I'm going to have to scrounge together some stuff and still make Spaghetti Wednesday happen. That's number one, right? But as the week goes on, banking was probably one of the last few industries, I'll say, that got really affected by it. Okay. Because we're thinking more of the risk of the people coming in than the risk of the people that work there. So in some situations, right, if you work in a call center or you work in an environment where a lot of people are sitting at a desk and have desk jobs, I can see where the coronavirus probably impacted them weeks ago. But for us, because you got people in and out, moving around, it wasn't as big of a thing until it got to the point where we understood how the transmission was happening. And the transmission became greater. So we said, okay, it's starting to impact our business. I mean, even something as simple as we have vendors that clean our restrooms, that bring our toilet paper. We have no toilet paper.
Really?
It's bring your own TP now.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So, I've seen it escalate, and even from my day today, man. Like, I tried to go to the grocery store yesterday. Crazy, man. Crazy. So now I was like, okay, I'm going to be the smart dude. I'm going to go at 4 a.m. this morning when I'm thinking most people sleeping. It's a line like it's a Black Friday.
Wow.
It's a line outside like Black Friday, man. I see people with cars full of chicken. Like, people buy the TVs and the DVDs is on sale, or DVD players on sale. They had cars full of chicken, or cars full of water, or cars full of soup. Crazy. Just hoarding everything. I'm like you said, man, that fear is just setting in more than anything.
You never thought you would see.
Not my lifetime.
Right. We never imagined that we would see this, man.
Yeah.
So again, bro, like my week was much of the same. I mean, quiet as kept. Wednesday, I went to the Pac-12 to the first round of the games for the Pac-12. So I'm sitting there and I'm joking. I'm like texting the fellas and stuff, man. I got my mask on and I'm sitting up there and there's like nothing but empty seats behind me. So the caption on my text is, I'm at the Pac-12, fellas, but I can't for the life of me figure out why I'm the only one here. You know what I'm saying? With my mask on and whatnot. It was crazy, bro. It was like, I can liken it to a JV basketball game. You know what I'm saying? And this is like the Pac-12 tournament. So I left after the first games with the intention of going back to the evening games, but by that time they had said no fans for the evening games. And then on Thursday, where I had tickets to go back with some other fellas and stuff, at that point all the games were canceled. So again, that was crazy, man. We saw what happened in the NBA where the NBA got shut down and stuff. And to the point now, there's absolutely no sports on, man. I mean, unless you're into reruns and stuff like that, that's your thing. That's the only thing that you can watch. I'm saying if you can bet on reruns, man, we be good right now.
You know what they betting on?
What's that?
NBA 2K simulation.
Is that right?
That's the bet.
That's crazy, man. Vegas, they're gonna find something. They're gonna find something to bet on, bro.
Yeah, man. They messing up my investment plan right now. NC2A is my investment.
This is crazy. I was all ready for March Madness, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was already, planning the strategy, bro, what I was gonna do, to get out here and hit these sports books, man, in the head. But again, this is where we are, man. And again, I'm not trying to make light of it, but at the end of the day, you can be fearful, but it's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to add, another moment to your lifespan. It's not going to resolve any issues that you may have as far as losing work. Was that 10?
That's 9, but we're
just gonna run, man. We're just gonna run, man. We ain't even gonna, it's gonna be one big segment today. So, but so it's crazy, guys. But at the end of the day, all I can say is, if you know who you are, man, and you know whose you are, you know what I'm saying? Trust in that. Trust in that at the end of the day, man. And again, I'm not going to sit up here and preach at folks or what have you, but the things that are happening today have been told, years and years and eon, whatever the case may be, before. All of this has been prophesied. All of this has been written. It is what it is. Things have to happen in the natural so that things can happen in the spiritual. So regardless of where you are in your spiritual walk and stuff like that, just know that although things are crazy, they're not out of control, because you know who's in control. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really going to, if I can ease anybody's anxiety, man, I want to put you at peace with that. I'm going to give y'all a tip, though. You know what I'm saying? While everybody was running to the store, you know, hoarding toilet paper of all things, you know what I'm saying, and all of that type of stuff, I went to the store yesterday, and you know what I did? I bought up all the garlic I can find, son. So if you don't know, and you guys test me on this, go Google it, research it, what have you. But garlic is literally, like, you know, since ancient times, man, it has been used for medicinal purposes.
It's an immune booster.
It's an immune booster. Yeah. Get you some garlic. Get you about 6 cloves of garlic. Throw it in the oven at 350 and roast it. And then eat all 6 of those cloves. And in 24 hours, all right, 24 hours, anything that was in your body that should not be there will be, you know, relieved, man. It'll come out, you know, whether it's coming out in the fumes, whether it's coming out what have you, but that's the best way to, you know, stay healthy in times like this. So y'all heard that from Cigar Mint. That's the tip, man. Stop running and getting toilet paper, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is the coronavirus. This ain't diarrhea virus. Nah, I don't understand that, man. Yeah.
You know, do your medicinal things, the herbal treatments, the vitamins, vitamin C, boost your immune system. The people that are most susceptible to what's
smoke.
Yeah. Hey, the people that's most susceptible right now are people who have a weakened immune system for one reason or another. I have family that deals with that, you know, and whatnot, older people, as well as I have a daughter that has to deal with it. Yeah. But, you know, we just got to keep an eye on it. Boost your immune system. Do the things every day you should be doing anyway. You know, to make sure that you're healthy and staying strong. But, yeah, man, don't give in to the fear. If I tell anybody that, this is outright. I'm sitting in the grocery store this morning at 5 a.m. I'm watching these people with just panic in their eyes about getting chicken. All I'm worrying about is I want to fix dinner for my kids for the week. I'm not worrying about this craziness going on out here. I just want food so I can fix dinner. You know?
And again, I haven't gone shopping yet. I'm waiting for Dawn to get off, man. So you know, so that we can go and do that. You know, and we're gonna go probably on base or something. You know, hopefully there's still something left when we get there. But you know what, bro? I have lived, you know, in many different ways in my life, man. I can do good with plenty, and I know how to stretch it, bro. I know how to do beanie weenie, son. I know how to do, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever we got rice, hot dogs for days.
Get your boy a peanut butter sandwich, man. You know what I'm saying? So so we're gonna make it work, man. Regardless, whatever they got, I guarantee you I can make something out of it. So that's how we're gonna roll with this, man. On the political side, of all of this,
I wanted to touch on that. So
let's touch on that. Let's go right into it, man. On the political side of all of this, while everybody on Wednesday was watching the NBA get shut down, and while everybody on Wednesday was following the news of the latest people to be diagnosed, I guess, as being testing positive for the coronavirus or COVID-19. While all of that was going on, there were some other things that were taking place. On Tuesday, Iran attacked some American barracks, okay, in Iraq. All right, on Tuesday. And I want to say, and don't quote me on this, guys, but I want to say that like maybe 6 servicemen were killed in that attack, so to speak. You didn't hear about this on the news because you guys were too busy following what was going on with COVID-19. On Wednesday, Congress approved what was known as what is called the War Powers Act, I believe, which gave President Trump the ability to declare war on Iran. Okay?
Without an act of Congress.
Without any input from Congress. So he can do this at any time. Okay? Also, on Wednesday, right, and I posted this on the apuffaminute Facebook page, Vladimir Putin won his you know, his campaign or his cause, so that now he gets to stay in office for at least another 14 years or something like that before he,
2046.
2046, whatever the case is. So again, you got that going on as well. Remember, I told you guys a long time ago to watch what's going on in Russia. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say USSR. I don't even know if they're that anymore. But watch what's going on in Russia, because what's going on in Russia is what individuals want to happen here. Okay? I said, how many times have I said this? All right? After the election, how many times did I say that we may have just witnessed the election of the last American president?
Oh, yeah.
How many times have I said that?
Too many.
Too many times. And people are like, man, that Mick is just on some stuff. But if you guys realize, man, I'm tapped in, man, in the spiritual. I see certain things, man. So at the end of the day, I just want to say that the president has now declared a state of emergency, which, by all rights, gives him the power to suspend, postpone, or what have you, any elections. I think Louisiana was the first state to suspend elections this week as well. Okay, so that actually happened yesterday. All right, so again, also with having the ability to declare war without Congress and whatnot, if we're in a state of war, that's another reason that you could suspend the current election period. So I'm just saying, man, just be savvy. Watch everything with a third eye. Don't fall for the okie doke where everything is look over here, and you miss what's happening on the other side. Okay? And that's just an admonition from your boy Cigar Mick, guys, because there's a lot of pieces in play right now. The things that are happening, I'm going to let Cigar Banker touch on this, man, but the things that are happening in the U.S. economy, with the Dow Jones dropping and all of this type of stuff, all of this is by design, because there is a new regime, and we haven't heard this term since the 80s, but it's still pertinent, a new world order, all right, that is about to take its stand.
Oh my goodness.
Run with that, bro.
What we've been talking about for years, bro, that we are now a capitalist society. But not only are we a capitalist society, but a capitalist mindset runs our government. We are no longer a true democracy. Our democracy is bought and paid for.
Right.
Point blank, period. The fact that Trump was so one of the things that came out in the press conference yesterday was that he was building a website for people to go and find out facts about COVID-19, coronavirus, and all these other things.
Can I make a joke about the press conference, though?
But wait a minute, because who was the website made by, though?
The website?
Yeah.
I don't know, follow me, man.
Google.
Google? Really?
Google is making the website.
No idea,
but he threw a jab in there at when we came out with the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
Everybody likes to call it Obamacare, but it was called the Affordable Care Act, and how dysfunctional that website was. But keep in mind, you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of providers.
Right.
This is an informative website that he's so proud that Google built.
Wow.
But anyway, go ahead, man.
No, I was just laughing because I couldn't get past the first 10 minutes. Because my man came on camera, he said, I have just declared a national emergency to very big words. Two very big words. I'm sitting there like, I was waiting for him to say, the first one has 3 syllables, and the second one has 4. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man, stop. You know, I'm like, come on, man. I couldn't, man. I just couldn't.
I was laughing because it felt like Trump came out, just announced his dream team, and walked off and let them do everything. He was like, this is Dr. Such and Such, this is Dr. Burks, this is such and such from this department. I'm going to let them tell me what they do.
Exactly. Y'all handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Whatever's going on, man, like I said, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I had a buddy, man, that was like, something else. There was an article yesterday, and I'm gonna catch some flack for what I'm about to say, man. I'm just preparing.
You gotta be Mick.
I gotta be Mick. I'm gonna catch some flack for this one. Well, part of mine posted something on Facebook, man, and it was talking about how the religious right, evangelicals and stuff like that. And it literally, the article, this is not me, the article said white evangelicals, right, see Donald Trump as honest, truthful, and basically like, the best leader for these times and all of this type of stuff. And my man was asking the question, like, yo, what is the deal with these guys? Are they like really, do they really believe in what they preach and stuff like that? So people were saying things like, it's like the former president, you know what I'm saying, he stood for family values. He lived family values. You know what I'm saying? If you looked at his family and stuff like that, it's kind of like what you want to see in a leader, right?
Yeah.
And what have you. And I'm not saying that anybody is perfect, because we know that nobody is perfect, right? But then when you look in contrast at the current administration or the current president, you know, he's always being accused of lying and telling untruths. A lot of times it's been proven, right? It is what it is. We don't hold him accountable for the things that he says. When you look at his, you know, family life, you know, and what have you, you know, I'm not even going to touch that. But when you look at the fact that he's been accused of being misogynistic in the way that he treats women, and just a whole lot of different types of character issues that come up, you know, and you say, why do people want to, you know, get behind this? And they were so upset with the former, right? And then you look at like the religious right, you know, the white evangelicals, and how they get behind him, and they say that this guy is the best thing since sliced bread. Right. So again, when you look at all of those things, man, so the only way that I could really, you know, speak to it was that history always repeats itself. You know, and in scripture, man, you know, in the olden days or what have you, people were giving a choice. They said, hey, do you want Saul, or do you want to worship Yahweh directly? And the people said, give us Saul. We want a king. We want to be like the other nations. And that was probably not the best choice. Right? You know, when you really, in the grand scheme of things. And then you fast forward, man, to the time that Jesus walked the earth. Right? And you say, you know, the people had another choice to make. And it was like, okay, we got Barabbas up here, right? Before Pilate. So we got Barabbas and we got Jesus. Who do you choose? And the people say, give us Barabbas, give us Barabbas. Okay? And of course we know that that led to Christ going to the cross, right? But again, probably not the best choice. Right? Barabbas was, you know, a robber, man, a murderer, whatever the case may be, but that's who the people chose. And now we look at today. And the people say, okay guys, listen, we can have anybody else right now, or we can have Donald Trump. And the people are speaking, and the, you know, the election shows that the people said, give us Trump. And the religious right says, give us Trump, and what have you. So you wonder, man, when you look at all of these things, like, what is it about mankind that we always make the choices that we make? And then history shows us afterwards that it probably wasn't the best choice. And again, I'm not trying to, like, you know, shade or anything like that. These are the things that go through my head. I'm just being honest and sharing it with you. All right. Again, I don't need the hate mail, man, because we just trying to you know, to be honest, you know, with the conversations that we have. Now your conversation might be different, but at the end of the day, man, I feel like there was an over rotation. You know what I'm saying? And we are where we are today as a result of the choices that we have made.
And you know what it is, man? It's just like you said, that over rotation. Everybody just flipped one way. But what it was, it just people just became sheep in so many ways.
Sheep being led to the slaughter. Man. Wide is the road to destruction, man. I'm gonna stop right there because I ain't trying to preach right now. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man. You know, another thing, man, that we need to consider. Realistically, are the economic impact.
Oh my God.
You know, it's hitting my home right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, I ain't got nothing to hide, man. I don't get on here to deliver false pretenses. You know, my wife got her notice yesterday. Vegas is shut down.
We live in Vegas. If y'all didn't know, we live in Vegas.
Come on, man.
Man, we are impact. Like you said, ground zero, bro.
Ground zero.
We ground zero. This reminds me of 2011. Not in the same impact, but in the similarity of the effect. So we have some of the things going on now that happened in 2011. We have people not traveling here. We have people that are afraid to go out and go to large venues. We had a convention here that had 1,000. It was a women's conference. They had 1,000 women at this well, I don't say just women, but it was 1,000 attendees at this conference, and we had one person diagnosed with corona. She traveled from the eastern part of the country, came here, got diagnosed with corona. So now that shuts down everything. The buffets are closed. The venues are closed. In the event space, we gotta notice the clubs are closed. It's like everything, man. We ground zero once again.
Zero, man. Ain't nothing to do, man, but sit home and watch Apuffaminute.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all there is to do right now. So y'all just roll with us, man. And then you got, people are saying, well, the government is stepping in and they're saying, listen, we don't have to pay our mortgages right now. We don't have to pay our rent right now. We don't have to pay our utility bills. And I'm telling you guys that there's a bigger situation at play. If at all, my advice to anybody who's watching this right now is to continue to pay.
If you're able, pay your bills.
Yeah, pay your bills, man. Because at the end of the day, man, when you have all of these people who are going to continue to be, diagnosed with the trait, let's call it that, that brings on coronavirus, right, or what have you. These people are marked at this point, right, quarantine and what have you. The government will start moving folks to quarantine camps, right? This is what I see going on, y'all. Again, this is me tapping in and trying to see behind the veil. People will start being moved to areas where you have a bunch of quarantine people. They're not going to call it a camp. They're not going to call it an internment camp. They're not going to call it a concentration camp. But for all intents and purposes, it will be the same thing, right? No, it will be no different than the leper colonies of old. What I'm saying? So again, and if you are an individual and you go for 2 months, 3 months, what have you, of this grace period of not having to pay your mortgage, who's to say that when the banks come back and once this thing has passed, they don't say, listen, okay, all right, glad that everything is cool, glad that everybody's healthy. Now you owe me 3 months of mortgage.
Yes. And we saw this before.
It happened before.
We saw this before when the Great Recession happened, and the banks went to everybody and said, "Hey, don't pay us. Let's negotiate." And they started negotiating. Then you had things like prevalent short sales and foreclosures. Like, bro, I've been banking 14 years. Like, that time I had never heard the term short sale.
Right.
I had to go do research. What is a short sale? What does that mean? Now it's regular business to ask a customer if they come to me, have you ever had a short sale foreclosure? And it was during that time when the banks were saying, hey, don't pay us, let's negotiate. And people were thinking, we'll be able to stay in our home. We don't have to move. I'm going to tell my uncle, my grandma, my sister to finance my home on my behalf. And I'll be able to stay in my home. And that wasn't the case. Banks started owning properties, selling properties. They found a new way to make money off of selling property. It was
the banker own it and then rent it back to you, or something like that.
Yes,
exactly.
It was the craziest thing. So now, like Mick said, man, don't believe the hype. Like, if you can do it, if you're able, and we get it. The economics are you have to buy more food. Now we can't even buy toilet paper.
Thank you.
So now you stressing about I need more toilet paper. I need more canned goods. I need more frozen food than I usually buy in my weekly budget or my bi-weekly, whatever your budget is. So now you got to stretch your budget. So now you are going late because your budget is stretched. But if you're able, please, listen to Cigar Baker. I got 14 years in the industry. I've seen it happen.
Talk to him.
Please, if you are able, pay your bills, pay your mortgage, pay your rent, pay your utilities, all of that, because they're not going to help you as much as you think they will.
Thank you.
Even though they're entitled to. I want to add this point because I didn't think about this before.
Run it.
The banks, or not the banks, but the states have to go to the federal government and say, we want additional funding to help our state. If your state you live in does not do that, your state will not get the funding to support that downfall in income. So either write your politicians or something. We talk about this all the time. Write your politicians something, because it's not a given thing that your state is going to get additional funding, even though that's a part of when they call a national emergency.
It is.
It's not just about Trump and the presidency. It's about the states being able to have more control and be able to help the citizens and constituents in their state. Write those people, say, we need more funding in this state. And, I got to add, it's census time.
It is.
It's census time.
Exactly.
Get counted.
Get counted.
Get counted.
Exactly.
That's how each state gets their government funding. Nevada is the least federally governmented state or federally funded state in the nation.
Really?
The least.
Wow.
The least.
You educating me right now.
But it's crazy.
It is. It's very crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And again, the reason why I mentioned those quarantine, quote unquote, camps is because if you can't come up with 3 months mortgage at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And these banks are entitled because, the government don't run companies. We're a capitalistic society. right? So they're entitled to their money. So if you can't, and you reach out for help, don't be surprised if the government steps in and says, well, we're sorry that you're losing your home, but guess what? We got a place for you.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised, all right? So if at all possible, try to stay up with your responsibilities for your domicile, your place of shelter, and all of those types of things. Because again, don't put yourself in a position where the government giveth, but the government can take it away.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you become a ward of the state or what have you.
Exactly.
You don't want to be in that position.
Exactly. These are crazy times that we're living in, man. But at the end of the day, man, unprecedented. We have been given the opportunity to prepare for all of this, guys. I'm not trying to like scare nobody or this and the other thing. At the end of the day, man, just know it's going to be okay, right?
Yes.
But it's going to be a whole lot more tolerable. It's going to be a whole lot more easier to make it from day to day if you know, you know what I'm saying, that all of this was predicted beforehand, right? And there's always a way out, right? So know who you are, know whose you are, and go from there, right? Take it from that point, man. That's it.
Yeah, like you said, man, we always tell people be informed.
Yes.
And not be just informed about politics or the economy. Be informed about who you are as an individual.
Exactly.
Know yourself. Know yourself. Nietzsche said, know yourself.
Yes.
More than anything else. So do that. Go out and don't buy into the fear of what's going on right now. Try to find some toilet paper, though. Like, if you can find it, try to find some toilet paper, man, because you might be able to sell it on eBay. You might be able to sell one ply for $100.
Exactly. You might be able to get something, man.
Hey, but like Mick said, man, just know yourself. Know who you are as an individual.
Exactly.
Find strength within yourself, whether it's spiritual or not. Everybody is spiritual. We don't say spiritual and you got to believe in God and all that. Just know yourself.
Know who you are, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And understand that, that this is not, the end of everything as you know it, man. This is not the end of this situation that we're going through. You know what I'm saying? I fully believe that there's going to be more on the heels of this, but it'll pass. You know what I'm saying? It'll pass.
All things pass with time.
Exactly.
Every storm passes with time.
Exactly.
So
you know what I'm saying? Hey, cigar breaker, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We let's bring this home, man. Let's shut this one down. Let's give these people, an opportunity, man, to think about some of the things that we talked about. You know what I'm saying? And let's roll.
Hey, comment. Yeah. Please. We appreciate the love y'all giving us on Instagram, but we want to know more. Comment, give us likes on addition to the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. Give us feedback. That helps us improve. Make sure that we know you love what we doing still, other than just the likes. Keep watching IGTV, but remember to take that love over to YouTube. That's where we got the warehouse, the library, all the episodes, man.
Exactly.
We've been at this for a minute now.
Yeah, man.
We say a minute when you talk that culture, but when I say a minute, we've been at it for a minute. Make sure to go out, check out what we're doing on YouTube. Make sure to comment there as well. And special IGTV, share, like, all that and everything. And Mick told you last week, we brought back Spotify.
We're back.
We brought back Spotify. I gotta do the Diddy clink clink on the bottles, man. We brought back Spotify.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So, we're on Spotify. You can't go to the gym and listen to it.
Right.
That's what we should tell them.
You don't want to go to the gym right now. Don't go to the gym.
But hey, my over the road truckers, Train Smoke, man. Train Smoke. We gotta do this right.
1, 2, 3. Train Smoke.
Yeah, man. All our people out there that's traveling around, you can listen to us on Spotify and catch the episodes as well. Man, we appreciate all the love. Continue to do what you do.
That's it right there. Yeah. Hey, man, be on the lookout, man, because we're about to do a facelift over here at apuffaminute as well, man. So sometime next week, man, you're going to see a whole new set. You know what I'm saying? We're going to sexy it up for y'all a little bit because we want to do more episodes right now. I know, right now we're weekly, and people look for us weekly, and if we miss a week, we hear about it.
Yeah.
But since there's no NBA and there's no Major League Baseball, and there's no NCAA, and there's a bunch of other things that ain't happening right now. People need something to watch, man. So you might as well roll with your boys from apuffaminute and ride with the Cigars and Conversation, man. So we're gonna bring y'all some more content, man, because you know we ain't got shit to do either.
So we're gonna be doing what we do anyway.
Exactly.
Smoking and enjoying each other's conversation, man. So tune in, make sure we're gonna be doing that. But hey, the facelift is gonna be big.
It's gonna be
big.
Yeah.
So hey, make sure to participate with us, participate with the people that we rock with.
Yes.
You know, because it's gonna be a big movement.
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Hey guys, listen, man. Once again, it's been another Cigars and Conversation brought to you by apuffaminute. I'm your man, Cigar Mick.
This Cigar Banker, what's good, people?
Hey y'all, be kind to one another. Don't fall for the okie doke. Do not be fearful. It's going to be okay. All right, we here for you. Peace.
Peace.
We out. We see you next time.
Yeah.